And we're back
with our Halloween episode.
Yeah. This is our spooky set. We have a nice spooky vibe going right now. There are large lights on us, but it's spooky. We got spider webs and spiders and
Pumpkins.
pumpkins.
Oh my.
And we have alcohol.
And we
That's spooky.
This is a witch's blood boil.
Witch's blood boy. It looks like fairy blood.
Well, it was redder when we started, but then we realized there was too much alcohol in it.
Yeah, so we had to kind of...
It does look like fairy blood because I put some little gold dusties in it.
I wish you can, if you can see, maybe they can see it in the close-ups. They might be able to see it in the close-ups. But yeah, so we're doing a little Halloween spectacular. And yeah, that's what's happening now. And we've been talking a lot about kind of lightening it up a bit.
Just a little bit.
Because we get very serious. We talk a lot about relationships, our relationship. And for the most part, it's a pretty serious thing. But there's also lots of lighthearted times. And we have a lot of fun. And, I think you're hilarious. And I think we definitely have a brighter, lighter side to us. And we definitely bring out the serious side a lot for the podcast, I feel.
Yeah.
So I think today we can be kind of loose, a little bit loose, holiday special. We're going to get loose with some drink.
With some drink in my cool.
Exactly. We're going to get a little loose there.
Can you guys guess what my outfit is? Big mistake. Huge.
Pretty Woman.
Big mistake. Huge.
Mm-hmm. Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman. Classic
Great film.
Movie. Great movie.
Can you guess
For all the men out there, don't be afraid. Go watch it. It's an amazing movie.
It really is such a good film.
It's a classic.
Pretty Woman's amazing. Okay, can I do this?
Let's do it. We're doing it.
It's got an awkward kind of like, oh yes,
there
the
it is.
ladle.
Little drip.
That's
fine.
Can you see my armpit hair?
No.
I didn't think so.
Little drip.
Oop,
That's all good.
Bigger drip that time.
Big drip.
Sorry.
It's all good. Looks good.
Y'all, it's been a minute since Grant and I got drunk. I feel like the last time we got drunk, we were like in Europe. Is that true? Oh no, we just got back from Jamaica and we were drunk there too.
Yeah,
I forgot about
that.
I didn't think about
Jamaica at the wedding that we went to. So yeah, we were definitely drunk there. Drinking drinks that look exactly like this. This looks like a Bahama Mama.
It does look like a Bahama Mama, a fairy Bahama Mama. Normally, I never dress like this, so I'm very uncomfortable. I feel so I've been working out at the gym,
Halloween.
But my skin is so stretchy that it just never tightens no matter what I do. So it's it's just here, kind of bubbling out of the skirt. Like Jesus is love. It's bubbling over. And it makes me kind of uncomfortable a little bit.
No, you look so good, baby. You look so good. It's Halloween. Who cares?
Halloween's the one day of year where girls get to dress up like a slut.
And eat candy.
But I missed that memo. You know what that's from?
What is that? Oh, Mean Girls.
Yes.
Yep, got it. What?
He's got it.
Something in there.
There's nothing in there. I washed your cup.
Okay. No, it's something like, what the hell is that?
What, baby?
Is that like a piece of paper or something?
Let me see.
Nah, fuck it.
I got a spoon if you want to fish it out.
You can see the shimmers.
You can see the shimmer kind of. But I'm gonna do a little Snow White situation here.
Oh yeah, we got a little extra.
I'm gonna do a Snow White situation, and I'm gonna.
What are you putting? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're putting the charcoal.
Yeah, I'm gonna not poison my glass, but I'm gonna taint the glass.
It tastes really good.
Does it?
Almost too good.
Is that code for you want more liquor in it?
I don't. What do you think?
That is delicious. That just tastes like juice.
Did we not put enough alcohol in there?
I put 10 shots in this thing.
Yeah.
A shot is 1 ounce?
I think so.
I put 8 shots in here. Boop.
8 shots. Okay. So that means we're going to have to drink this whole bowl.
Okay, then go get more liquor if you want more liquor. Do you want more alcohol?
I don't know. I'm debating. I guess we can drink this and see how we feel.
I want this to be more black.
You're going to put a lot
like
in there.
My soul.
You're putting a lot of charcoal in there.
It's not that much.
Okay,
You're freaking me
that's
out.
fine. No, go ahead and do you.
It's giving Snow White.
It tastes really good. Hopefully it makes me really drunk.
Is this black? Would you say this is black?
Yeah, that's pretty dark. That's black.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
And then
Pop rocks.
we also have some little... She's got a potion over there. I have little charms that I'm going to put into my drink.
I'll take them too.
Into our drinks. We got Pop Rocks. For extra little pizzazz.
Let's get it popping. We kind of have like an awkward hand situation because like the punch bowl is here. What should we what? No, are they not going to come out? Oh man, I spent so much time putting those in there. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, it's popping.
Look at the cat. She's like,
whoa, shit. It's popping like crazy.
Let me have some too.
What the hell was that?
That's what they do.
They pop like that? That's crazy. It's like a salt shaker. Oh, yeah, it's popping.
Put it up to the mic. Give it some ASMR.
Listen to this. ASMR.
Okay, now I want some too.
Okay.
So we thought that we would like exchange spooky stories or some shit like that.
Yeah, we should talk
Just
about
keep it super light.
Yeah. Some, keep it light with some near-death experiences, some spooky stories, if anything's happened, anything spooky in my life or in her life. I can't really think of... Oh, man, this might be too loud. Listen to that. That thing is popping. Hold on.
I'm jealous. Mine's not even coming out of this bottle.
Here, I can get it. Oh my gosh, the mouth sensation.
The mouth feel.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I did this because I was...
so crazy.
Have you never had a drink with Pop Rocks?
I have, and it's so wild. Oh, my God.
I spent so much time putting it in this little bottle, and it won't even come out now.
Here, you want me to do it?
No, I think I'm just going to go get the actual Pop Rocks.
I can do it. Here, let me do it. It's just like all clumped up at the top there for some reason.
I'm drunk already.
Are you? That's good. That means that's good.
I don't know if I'm drunk or if I'm tired.
That's good. It's probably a mix. Okay, let's get it. All right, we're figuring it out, people.
We'll probably cut all this out. This is just boring. This is going to bore you guys.
No, this is real.
Okay.
This is the real deal.
What he said. I'm done with this. I'm going to go get it out of the pack.
No. Look at that. It's coming out.
I don't hear no popping.
It's popping, baby.
Okay, I'm a little cold. So now that you guys have seen my cute outfit, I'm just going to drape this over my bodice. Okay. What's this?
Sorry.
I'm done with this.
Okay.
Let's just go get it out of the thing.
Okay.
Should you go get it or should I go get it? Kitty, you don't pay bills. Go make yourself useful.
These aren't... Should I poke this? It's like clogged
Fuck
up here.
it. Sure, if you want, but we should just... I was trying to be cute. I ended up doing too much. That's normal for me. Don't laugh.
Babe. It's all good. It was a great idea. It's a cute little potion bottle. Oh, I think I got it now, though.
I stole that from the restaurant that we went to in Europe.
Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. Lots of popping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's popping now. Let me get some more popping.
I hear it fizzling, daddy.
Here, baby.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. We're popping.
I'm scared.
You're good. Whoa, shit. Damn.
Yours is like shooting at you, basically.
I know. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yours is trying to assault you.
Damn. All right. Cool.
Okay. Should we do truth or drink? Truth or sip?
Truth or sip.
Should we do a truth or sip situation?
Truth or sip? How does that usually work?
Do you want to start with scary stories?
Let's do a little truth or sip.
Do you have to tell me a truth?
I'm going to just be sipping, though.
Okay. Grant's like,
but I'll do some truth while I sip.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you go first.
I don't know. How does that work?
It's kind of like never have I ever had a threesome or something like that.
Never have I ever, but
it's like either you tell the truth or you sip.
But it's only two people.
Yeah, so.
Oh
yeah.
I feel like it has to.
What is truth or sip?
That's what That's what I was trying to figure out. Is it like maybe I ask you a question
Sure, ask me something.
and you have to, and if you have done it, then you sip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Truth or sip. Then maybe there's some game where if you've done it's like a put a finger down if put a finger down.
Yeah. It's never have I ever.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever cheated on a partner.
If you haven't done it, you sip.
If you have done it, you sip.
So you've cheated on somebody?
Well,
I'm sorry. That's news, Mr. High and Mighty. I would never cheat on a partner because, why would I not just leave?
You tell me if this is cheating.
Yes.
So
whatever it is, yes.
So, it was right before me and my ex had got back together for the second time.
Okay.
And I had started kind of talking to this girl, and we were dating for maybe like a week. Mm-hmm. And then we just kind of got we were like really into each other. We had a really good week together. So we were riding that high.
Okay.
And ended up being like, oh my gosh, like, I want you to be my girlfriend, like I want you to be my boyfriend. So it was very like in the moment, not a lot of thinking behind it, not a lot of, it was just I never really took that relationship seriously, honestly, because it was just everything happened like so quick with that girl. Mm-hmm. And we had literally been talking for like a week, and then we ended up being together. And about like a week later, it was maybe like a 2-week period, or maybe even like 10 days later, me and my ex, we hung out and ended up hooking up.
Like sex?
Yeah.
You slut.
I know. But then literally like a week later, me and my ex ended up getting back together. So it was like, it's not like I was in a serious relationship and then I stepped out of the relationship.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's cheating. But anyway,
know.
I can't believe you just said that you classify something you've done as cheating, because this whole time, I would never cheat on a partner.
Technically, me and that girl were...
I've never cheated.
What?
Wait.
What are you saying? You've never cheated? If you got to think about it, you've done it.
I don't know if it's cheating. He was insane and he was abusive, and I told him I was done with him, but he didn't take it as an answer. So I found another guy.
Gotcha.
That's not cheating.
That's not cheating.
That's not cheating.
That's like
I felt like I cheated on him.
You broke up with him. He just didn't accept it yet.
No, actually, I don't know if I broke up with him officially. I was just like, I'm done. He was like, give me more chance. Mm-hmm. And then there was this other guy that I met, and we actually used to work together. Mm-hmm. And is this TMI? He was a really good kisser.
Okay.
Is that weird to say?
I guess not. Are you comparing him to my kissing, or what's happening?
No, I'm just saying.
Why are you... Okay.
That was just the one thing I remember about him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he used to snort cocaine, and he was a really good kisser.
Oh, okay. Those are two interesting things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And I'd be like, can I try too? Because I just thought it was so cool. Yeah. And he was like, no, I'm never going to let you try it, which was actually very nice of him.
Try Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done it. So, but like, yeah, I don't really think that counted, because that guy I was dating was insane. Yeah. He was insane. When I finally broke up with him, he stalked me for like weeks. And then he went on my Facebook page, like writing all these death threats. And I had to literally tell my job that this guy that I broke up with was following me around, and I don't know if he's going to come to the workplace one day and cause a ruckus. So I had to like let my managers know. And all my managers and pretty much a lot of the people I worked with that I was closest to were guys. So I had like this big group of dudes who just like really liked me, or like fucked with me heavy.
That's good though.
Yeah, they were like, if you pull up here, sis, it's over. If you pull up here, sis, it's done. Even my managers were
good
like,
thing he didn't pull up. He would have got fucked.
No, he did he pull up? No, he didn't pull up. Yeah. He tried to pull up to my house one time on my way to work, and like I was driving to work. and he was going, so I was driving south and he was driving north, and we passed each other, and he looked at me in my car like this. And I went,
nice.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm scared he'll find me.
No, he's long gone.
That's a horror story.
That's a horror story. That was a good little mix of horror. So we only did one and never.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We just kind of branched off.
Okay,
from that.
okay.
So you go now.
I know
I'm
it's
so hard to think of.
It's
stuff.
hard. Never have I ever. You know, my mind is dark and gross, so like I can't.
I mean, where do you think it's something that we've done? It should be something that maybe we have done, yeah, or something you've done.
I've done a lot,
so you should have a lot to work with then.
I don't know. I can't think. Never have. No, all my things are like really dark or like gross.
What? Like what? Say it. It's Halloween.
Never have
Spooky.
I ever like gone to the bathroom outside.
Gone to the bathroom outside? What are you talking about? Like pooped? Never have I pooped?
Yeah.
Outside? Yeah, I mean, like I feel like everybody's done that. Like
I don't think so. I don't think everybody has done that.
yeah, because when you go camping, like
oh yeah,
you know, like that's not that crazy. Okay.
I suck at this game. The mook is
so
trying. The cat's trying to figure out where this popping sound's coming from. Look at her.
Yeah, she
Kitty,
is not,
it's over
she
here.
is not fucking with it. It's okay, kitty.
Okay, never have I ever dated somebody that wasn't in my ethnic group.
Dated somebody that was in my ethnic group.
Wasn't in my ethnic group. If you didn't do the thing, you take a sip.
But that we're dating. We're not in the same ethnic group.
So bad.
That's already
this game.
yeah. All right, let's move on.
I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so bad at this game. It was my suggestion. I suck.
That's fine.
You want to do Would You Rather?
No, because I don't want to know where your mind will go on that one. But I think maybe we get into, some spooky stories.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to think if I have any spooky stories.
This is going to be the most boring Halloween episode ever.
I know. I'm like,
fuck.
Do I have any spooky stories? Well, I have like a couple near-death experiences.
Okay.
Well, so there was one where, and this is like ingrained in my mind, or engraved.
I don't know.
Yeah. So there's one that's like really in my mind, and it was this night I was at my my sister's house, and she was having like a party. She was having like a big party, and I remember a bunch of my friends being there, a bunch of her people being there. And it was a whole thing, and I decided to drink 4 ounces of cough syrup before coming.
Before coming?
Before going to the party, I drank 4
Sorry,
ounces
I thought
of
that was
cough
a sex
syrup
thing. I was like,
before coming. It was an interesting night, but no. So 4 ounces of like promethazine codeine cough syrup. I drank 4 ounces before going, and I was just obliterated. I was so fucked up. I was high as shit too. I was like consistently smoking blunts throughout the night. And then I had one of my friends came and he was like, hey, do you want me to, he's like, I have a bunch of cough syrup on me. Do you want to buy like a couple ounces? And I was like, just so fucked up. I was like, yeah, give me 2 ounces. Mm-hmm. And so I took those, and like, it was in like a baby bottle. And I was literally just kept sipping throughout, like maybe within like a hour long period. I was just sipping on this straight cough syrup. Mm-hmm. And when you drink it straight, that's like, because the other stuff I mixed with Sprite or whatever.
Okay.
And so I was drinking just cough syrup straight.
Texas
Ended
margarita.
up drinking 6 ounces of cough syrup in whole, which is insane. And I was just like in another world. I remember I was literally like sitting in this chair, and it's so weird because it's still like in my mind, but I remember it just feeling like a blur. It felt like a dream. Like I was just sitting in this chair. People were like, the chair is sitting kind of in the middle of the room, staring at the door, and people were walking in the door and just like walking by me, and I was just like, oh my God, like what is happening? Like I'm like, I don't think they see me. I'm just like, I'm nothing, you know. And then people would say what up to me, and I'd literally just have enough strength to just like give them like a handshake, and that was it. And then they're off, and I was just like thinking, I was like, oh my God. And then I started feeling really sick. And so I like got up and I sprinted to the backyard and started just like projectile vomiting everywhere.
Ew, like demonic,
It was
like
insane.
like
Yeah, like it was insane. Like I was throwing up so much, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, why am I throwing up right now? I didn't even drink alcohol. Like I was like tripping. I was freaking out. And then I was in the chair. I went back to the chair, made my way back to the chair, and I was just like nodded off like this, like just nodded off. And I kept thinking, I'm like, I can't go to sleep because my heart will stop. Like I was like,
is that why you're
out.
so scared of heart attacks?
No, I don't think that's why. But that's because of like panic attacks and anxiety and stuff. But no, I felt myself nodding off, and I was like terrified that my heart was going to stop. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't die tonight, you know? So that was scary. And then, another near death experience. I remember my dad telling me this. I was young. I don't know how old, maybe like 5 or 6 or so. And my dad had me and my sister and had put us up on this wall. And, you know, there's like this wall in the front patio of my parents' house. And they live in the desert, you know, so there's like all types of animals, all types of crazy wildlife out there. And so we're sitting up on this small wall, and I don't know what was happening. Maybe he was taking a picture of us or something. And we're just sitting there, and out of nowhere, our family dog comes running out and is like, starts barking all crazy and starts like jumping on the wall or jumping over the wall. And my dad was like, what is going on? And he goes and peeks over, and there's like a rattlesnake crawling up the wall towards us. Yeah, there's like this rattlesnake on the other side crawling up the wall, like as we're just sitting on top of it. And so that could have been not good.
That could have been not good.
Yeah.
Who do you think it would have been? You or your sister?
Knowing my sister's luck, probably my sister.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember it. I remember my dad telling me about that though.
I just remembered like this. I've never ever told you this story, I think, because I just kind of forgot about it. Yeah. But I have 2 stories. Okay. The first one's, both of them.
I think I know one of them.
That one's not a near-death experience, right? That's just like a crazy, like demonic situation.
Well, there's that. We'll get into ghost stories after this. This is near-death experience.
I don't really have any near-death experience except for the time I was drowned. Yeah. But I
was
already told
crazy.
that story in one of the other episodes. Should I tell it anyway?
Yeah, go ahead and tell it.
Okay, guys. So I used to run with a group of degenerates, right? And when you're in high school, those are the best people to be friends with, because like you just live such a big life with them in such a short amount of time. I don't know about now, because like now everybody's on TikTok and shit. You know what I mean? Like before, when we were in high school, Instagram wasn't even a thing until after, you know? And so like, but back when we were in high school, it was just your friends, and it was MySpace, and it was Facebook.
MySpace.
Oh, yeah. Wait, the cameras, I think. We're at 28 minutes.
Oh, yep. Okay. Perfect timing. I literally just did it right now.
Did it?
Yeah.
Nice. Muku, did you investigate and find out that it's me? I'm the noise. It's me. I'm drunk. Are you drunk? Go ahead and get some more vodka. Go get some more vodka. We'll just keep it behind this thing. You want to get a cup of ice? The ice or the vodka? Well, I think that the punch needs more ice. That's why I was saying maybe get a cup of ice. I'm drunk. No, you can. You just don't know you're drunk because you haven't stepped out of the room. I said you can. You just don't know you're drunk because you haven't stepped out of the room. Like the whole thing about being drunk is you're always drunk. But you just like when you're at a bar, and you're drunk as shit, you don't know how drunk you are until you go in the bathroom and you look at yourself in the eyes. And that's when you know you're drunk. Like right now, I'm drunk because I'm a lightweight, so I know when I'm feeling it. But I'm not going to know how drunk until I look myself in the eyes. Go ahead, Daddy, put them over chung eye. I feel like we're almost already done with this. Am I tripping?
Should I add more vodka to that?
Just bring the whole bottle of vodka. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to sing. If I find out that the business is true, somebody go smoke that ute. Yeah. You like that? Oh, I love being drunk. Except for it makes my titties so heavy. You guys, I hope there's women out there that can relate to this. When I'm drunk, my titties feel so heavy, like sandbags. They're so heavy. It physically hurts. Like I wish I was one of the girlies with like the type of boobies that I could just get as drunk as I wanted and go braless. Not I, said the big titted woman. Because like if I go out and I drink without a bra, I will physically be in pain for hours. And there's times where I actually have to like hold them up and I have to like push them up here by my chin because it physically causes me so much discomfort. I hate it. Yeah. And like, you know, I always say little titty bitches, but I don't mean that in like a
titty
derogatory way, but I'd be like, little titty bitches can wear whatever they want, you know? And it's true. Yeah. Girls with little titties can wear whatever they want and they always look so chic.
I'm gonna dump this back in here. Is that okay?
Why?
Is that weird?
What's wrong with that?
There's a bunch of Pop Rocks at the bottom.
Why are you gonna dump it back in there though?
Should I not?
I just want to know why you want to do it.
Because I want a fresh new situation with the new alcohol.
Okay, sure. My eyelash hurts. I started doing
So I'm mixing it. We just dumped a bunch of new vodka in there.
You don't have to mix it this way. I started wearing strip lashes again for the meantime because y'all, I was getting my lashes done every 2 weeks or every like week and a half to 2 weeks, and every week it's $70 for a fill. Every 2 weeks it's $90, and I'm just not made out of money like that. I really had to get serious about my budgeting recently, and I was like, what can I cut out? Lashes. Unfortunately. Did the strip come off? Can you look in the corner here?
No.
Sometimes I wish I was a fan of Taylor Swift. Swifties look like they're having a good time.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, but Swifties look like they're having such a good time.
Yeah.
Kitty, okay, so you look insane.
Back to your story, baby.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about you used to hang with a lot of degenerates.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so back in the day, when we were in like high school and shit like that, the best people to be friends with were the people who were always getting into some bullshit. Like, I don't know what the cheerleaders and the cheerleaders and the jocks at my school, they was all into some crazy shit. They was in some crazy shit. I just feel like it was like a sex cult.
Oh, damn.
Not like in a weird way, just I feel like they were all having sex. And I didn't have sex until like way after high school.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just being a teenager. That's like
I didn't have sex when I was a teenager, and I'm not saying like if you do have sex as a teenager, that's a bad thing. Yeah. I'm just saying I didn't have sex. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I was like with an outcast group. I did not have a lot of friends in high school. I was one of those girls that I was like, oh, I'm like friends with the guys because girls cause drama. You know, like I was one of those girls. But it was also just easier for me to be friends with guys because I have two brothers. Yeah. You know, and I just and the women in my life, I've always had hard times communicating. The older women in my life, like certain people, I've had a harder time communicating with them. So I never knew how to build like a relationship with women. So whatever, right? Okay. Friends with all these dudes. And these two guys that I was friends with, they were insane, but in a good way, you know? And then they were friends with like 8 other dudes. So we would just all hang out and it was great. And so me, my friend E, my friend B, B's girlfriend C, because I'm not going to say any names.
What? Oh, I was like, what?
I'm not going to say any names. Okay. And then Chloe, my best friend, we all went to Lake Lanier in Atlanta. And if you've heard of Lake Lanier, you know this lake is haunted.
It's like a haunted lake.
It will try to snatch your soul. Yeah. And so we were all like, high as hell. They were drunk. I didn't drink at the time. And like we were out there doing photography and doing like sprinklers or sparklers and all this stuff. And B's dad was there because he drove us out there because I don't think any of us drove at the time. And like we literally slept on the ground at Lake Lanier, like no blankets, just a jacket on all of us. It was pretty fucking insane. I would never do that again. That's now, crazy. But like at the time it was, we just all woke, we fell asleep and then we all woke up and it was just like, hey, what's up? Let's get it going, you know? Very, very rustic, but B was like, there's an island out there. There's like a little land mass out there. Let's all swim to it. And I think that, to be honest, I'm probably the only one out of all of them that had real swimming lessons. Yeah. My mom took me to this place called Dynamo, and me and my brother, we had swimming lessons. We're like,
how far out was the island?
Far enough for my swimming lesson ass to not make it.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Swim out to that island.
I'm just setting it up because it's like, it's not like I cannot swim.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not that strong of a swimmer, but I used to take swimming lessons, right? And so B was like, let's go out to that landmass. And everybody was like, yeah, let's go. And everybody's high as hell. And they're all just like dipping to this island. And I'm like, doggy paddling. And then there's a second where I'm just so tired. And I keep thinking to myself, you're almost there, but like, just take a little break.
Well, didn't you say this is like in pitch black too?
It was completely dark. It was like 2 a.m.
Is there any like animals or anything in that lake?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a man-made lake.
Oh, okay.
So like there was no like animals or anything like that, but it was pitch black, like 2 a.m. something like that, maybe 12 a.m., 2 a.m. It was dark as hell. And so all I can see is like the moonlight reflecting off of the water and the surface. Wow. And I can, because the moonlight is here, I'm behind it and everybody's swimming to the island, which is like right in front of the moon. And so I could see like head by head that they have made it to the island and I'm still so far behind. And I'm like, you know, I'll just take like a little break right now. I'll just take a little break. Yeah. And I'm paddling and all of a sudden I'm just like, okay, I'll just relax for a second. And at that moment, I would have literally drowned if B didn't grab me at that. I don't even remember him turning around to come get me. And B is actually the same guy that I dated that used to stalk me and then sent me death threats when I broke up with him. Yeah. So, but honestly, shout out to him because I think I would. I am certain that I would have died that day. And that because is I had no energy.
A famous lake for people drowning and like it's supposed to be a haunted lake.
It's supposed to be a haunted lake. And I didn't know that at the time. Like that wasn't the discourse around the lake.
Well, I remember you telling me that story and then I heard separately that like there's this haunted lake in Georgia, you know, Lake Rainier. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the lake that Asia almost drowned in.
Literally, if he did not come back to get me, I would have drowned. I don't know how he saw me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? I'm dark. It was dark. And if he didn't turn back and look for me, I would have drowned and it honestly would have been completely painless because I was so exhausted from the swim. I was so tired from the swim. And then he put me on his back and he swam with one arm to the island. I was not even, I was like maybe 3/4 to halfway to the island. Yeah. And then on the way back, he was like, just hold on to my neck. And he swam me back.
That is insane. Open water, just that amount of water, especially at night, is just terrifying. I would never go anywhere.
I have like I don't even know, but that was my first near-death experience. And then my second near-death experience, then 3. Well, it wasn't really 1 because I thought that I was overdosing on Adderall.
You haven't told me about?
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about the one on the Adderall.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that one again.
Yeah, we talked about that one on a podcast already.
We don't need to get into that one again. Okay, so this time I was like, I feel like my most near-death experiences happened when I was like 16. Right. And so this time I was around like 17 years old and it's still kind of like a high school story. So basically what had happened was me and my friends had done this like senior prank. And I don't think it wasn't my senior year. It was their senior year. I don't remember actually whose senior year it was, but we had gone around and I could probably say this now, right? Statute of limitations, you think? I could probably say what my prank was, right?
Are you...
I didn't break into anybody's house.
Oh, then you're fine.
Okay. So what me and all my friends did, because I didn't know I was going to graduate that year. So it was my year. I didn't think I was going to graduate. Everybody was doing their senior pranks. And I was like, well, I want to do a senior prank too.
Yeah.
So I told both of my friends, B and E, because we were like a unit, 3 of us. I told the both of them what I wanted to do for my senior prank. And I was kind of mad that I didn't think I was going
to. Did you do a B and E?
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't do a B and E. I just did it
good.
with B and E.
Got it.
So yeah, I convinced them. I was like, hey, like, I don't think I'm going to graduate. And, you know, I don't know if they do this in Tucson, but in Atlanta, in Georgia, when you're graduating, whatever class you're graduating with, the neighborhood will buy a banner with your name on it and all the names of everybody graduating with your year. No. Really?
I don't care. Well, actually,
your neighborhood is not a neighborhood, though.
No. But also the high school I went to, it was a magnet school.
Yeah.
And it was like downtown. It was like downtown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A magnet school is like, there's basically no school district. Like anybody from any part of Tucson can go there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like, my prank was that I wanted to go around and steal all of the graduation signs from basically every neighborhood in the area. We hit like 15 places, 15 or 20 places. And it was cool. You didn't think it was cool? That was cool as shit. We like went in the dead of night in like ski masks and stuff like that. We were wearing all black. We had knives and we were just like cutting the ropes and stuff like that. And then we would roll them up and throw them into the trunk of E's car and then dip off really quickly. Yeah. And so one of the ropes was tied to this like tree and it had a lot of tension. And so when I cut the rope, I was like cutting the rope really fast. B and E had kind of cut their ropes. And then there were 2 more ropes. It was like staggered. So it was like 1, 1, 1, 1, right? And so they had cut rope 1 and run rope 4, but 2 and 3 were still connected. And so I was going to go cut rope 3. And as I was cutting it, the tension broke loose and it was a lot tighter than I thought. And it whiplashed and like hit me across the neck like this and like didn't lacerate it, but like gave me severe neck rope burn to where I was like, I wonder if that came out any faster.
Slashed you?
It would have slashed my throat.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
And then I was like,
Did you
then,
ever?
I didn't understand more my mortality, so I was like, let's keep it going, guys.
Let's keep it going. Did you ever like pull stop signs out of the street and stuff like that? Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yeah.
My friends.
Well, I didn't pull them out of the street; they were already out of the street. It's really hard to do that, and I would just take the stop sign off of the post. And
it
then
was
take it home.
It was funny. Me and my friends back, but this is a real story. Me and all my friends. I feel like I used to do that type of stuff like in middle school.
Do what type of stuff?
Like the stuff you're talking about, like the shenanigans and stuff like that.
In middle school?
Yeah, and then in high school, I was just like having sex and like doing drugs.
Having sex, wow.
Adult stuff.
Very cool. It's giving American Psycho.
No, but I'm just thinking like, because you're like, yeah, we would go out and pull out stop signs, and you know what I mean, like. That was stuff that I was doing. Well, what me and my friends in my neighborhood would do in middle school area was like we would go around to all the neighbors and steal their solar lights.
Oops.
You know what solar lights are?
No, those lights that are activated by the sun?
No, but they're like the lights that like line driveways. You know, and they're like these things. They're not plugged in or anything. We would steal like everybody's solar lights and go to this one tree that's like in the middle of our neighborhood, and we'd throw them in there.
Why would you do that?
The same reason why, I don't know. It was just like for fun, it was just dumb. And we would throw the solar lights into this tree. And so it was just like this beautiful tree filled with solar lights.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but everybody hated us and hated it.
Did they know it was you?
Probably. It was like me and like my 3 other homies that like lived in the neighborhood. So it was like everybody knew because we were just these badass little kids like riding around on our bikes, just causing havoc, And yeah, so we would do things like that all the time. But
Badass.
fucking badass. So we talked about the near death experiences.
Yeah.
Now I say we get into maybe any spooky like ghost stories
Do you
or
have a ghost story?
ghouls. I did think of one.
No.
It's not crazy though. It's not that crazy, but I did think of one.
Okay.
I'm
drunk. Are you drunk yet?
I'm a little faded.
Catch up.
I'm faded. No, I'm faded for sure.
Can I have some more Pop Rocks?
I'm feeling it. Yeah, hell yeah. No, I'm definitely feeling
The
it.
Mook was trying to figure out she was like, what is that sound?
I know. This is like definitely like it's gonna be very hard to get it out of that bottle. How is it getting clumpy? Why is it getting wet? I don't get it.
Well, because I rinsed it out.
Well, there you go.
And then I thought it dried enough.
No. Here you go. You can figure it out. Oh, use your nail. Poke in there.
They're not long like they used to be.
Use your index finger. Use your index finger. Poke it.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay, so I do kind of have a ghost story. And it's actually when me and you were on our trip to the Poconos.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was, so me and Asia went to the Poconos because Asia was brought on to film some stuff for a documentary out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you were off. She was like filming at this crazy like castle in the Poconos, and if you know the Poconos, it's like the middle of the woods, like insane.
I was filming a kink
like
party.
northern,
that shit was cool.
Northern, New York. Like, is it north? Yeah, right.
No, it's Pennsylvania.
East.
It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's like Pennsylvania, but it's like the woods of New York and that area.
Uh-huh.
And it's deep. It is deep woods. Deep. And so we drive out to this like town of maybe population 60 people.
If that, yeah.
If that. Like insane, rural, random little town in the middle of the Poconos. We're staying there because the place that she's filming at is like a few miles away, whatever. And so we're staying at this place. We find this place to stay that is this crazy like hotel. And she actually pulled a prank on me because when we first pulled up, we go in the back of this place. We go up these stairs.
Oh yeah.
And we walk into this little room. And it's just this tiny little room. And it's like this little den thing. And we walk into it. It's like a little office. We walk into it and she's like, this is it. And I'm like, no, it's not. There's no way this is it. She's like, yeah, this is it.
Because
like,
all it had was like a chaise lounge chair and like bookshelves. That was it. One chaise lounge
chair. It looked like a
therapist
office. It was creepy and weird. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, this is it. And I'm like, okay. I was like trying not to be a complete bummer, but I was like, this is horrible. And then she's like, just kidding. And she like opens up, like, she pulls a book from the bookshelf and the bookshelf opens and then there's this huge hallway. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's crazy. And so it's this bookcase doorway random hotel. Mm-hmm. And we stay in one of the rooms that's like not bad. It's like not nice, but it's not bad. And so, but it's a creepy hotel. It's kind of creepy. It's like, but I love stuff. But like it was cool. It was also cool. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool though. And it had like, the lights on the walls were like fake candles and stuff. It had like this really dim, gloomy vibe.
Kind of like a Dracula vibe.
Definitely Dracula vibe. And so I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. It's not bad. And so I was out there and I was filming as well. I was working with some artists and they actually came and picked me up from our hotel. That's like crazy. They drove all the way out to the Poconos, picked me up, and then I drove with them to like someplace in Pennsylvania or something like that. And we filmed a music video. And so we filmed a music video, and as I'm getting back, Asia had just left to go film like overnight. So I get back at like midnight, something like that, and you're out filming probably till like 4 a.m, something. And so I get back at midnight, and I notice there's no other guest in this hotel.
Yeah.
There's no other guest in this hotel. There's no front desk. Nobody's there. I look around the town that we're staying in. Nobody.
Ghost town.
It's literally 0 people there.
Yeah.
No houses around. I'm like, where do these people go?
All the
night?
houses on the street were completely abandoned.
I was like, where do these people that work in this town, where do they go? Like, there's no places around here. This is insane. And so I was like, I think I'm the only person in this town right now. Like, I had that feeling. I was like, when I pulled up, I was like, had this weird, terrifying feeling of like, if anything happens, like, I'm screwed. I'm fucked, because I'm literally the only person in this fucking town for however many miles. And so I was so like, dramatic. Oh my gosh, this is freaking me out. I was like, I had like anxiety at the time. I was like, this is weird. And so I get into the room, and I just have a weird feeling in the room. I just had a really bad feeling, and I was kind of freaking out a little bit, and I was having a little bit of a panic attack. I was like, oh my God, I just feel so uncomfortable right now. What is happening? And then I swear I heard footsteps going down the hallway. And I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, oh, like maybe there's like more guests here, you know? And so so I was like, okay, cool. And I swear I heard like people walking around out there. So I was like, okay, cool. It almost like sounded like somebody was showing up, you know, like somebody had just got there. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like somebody else must be staying here. You know, I feel a little better. And then there was a point in the night, and then like an hour or two go by, and I'm like, okay, I need to like piss, but I really don't want to go out there. I really don't want to leave the room.
There weren't private bathrooms in these.
It was like there wasn't private bathrooms.
Hostel vibes.
Yeah, like you had to share a bathroom. And so I go out there to this creepy hallway, use the restroom, and then there's like a line of, you know, different doors and different
down
hotel
this
rooms.
Long dark corridor.
And so I kind of walk down the corridor a little, and I notice there's nobody else there. Like all the rooms are empty.
How do you know they're empty?
Because it's just like you can tell if there's people in there or not. Like it was completely blacked out, you know, like nobody's there. And I was like, nope. And I just went right back into our room, and I put on a movie, and all the lights were turned on all night. And I was like, hell no. And so we had that creepy experience. I had that creepy experience, and then I didn't really think about it. I couldn't sleep at all that night, though. I was freaked out, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's probably fine. It's an old building. There was creaking, you know, whatever. And then the next day, as we are checking out, we stayed there for like 3 nights. And like the last day we're checking out, and I remember us standing outside of the hotel, and I think we're just loading up the car or whatever, and there's like a family that's walking by, and like the mom came up to me, and she's like, were you guys staying in that hotel? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, how was it? Was it okay? Was it good? And I was like, yeah, it was fine. It's okay. And she's like, did you see any ghosts? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, did you see any ghosts? Because that place is like known to be like very haunted. It used to be a brothel. It used to be like an old brothel, and lots of people have said that they've had like experiences with ghosts and stuff. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank God that somebody didn't tell me this before I stayed here, because it would have completely like ruined my entire experience. Even at that place, man, like that so we deep. Stay at,
that's so deep.
Even that place that we stay at sometimes in
Bakersfield,
we stay at this hotel in Bakersfield, and we love that place. We've loved it.
It's amazing.
Every time we've stayed there. I'm not going to say it, but every time we've stayed there, it's been amazing.
It's great,
and like it's such a good stay. It's so nice, so cozy. And the last time we were out there, we're working with these people. And we tell them where we're staying, and they're like, oh, that place is like so haunted, and like we've heard like so many things. Like there's a handprint in the fucking lobby that you can see that won't go away. They keep painting over it and stuff. I'm like,
That's true.
what the hell? Why would you ruin this for me? This amazing place, this safe zone of Bakersfield that we have found has been tainted. And so, like every time we stay there now, I'm in my head.
Are you really?
Yes,
You
I don't like that stuff. It freaks me out.
You're so cute,
I hate
baby. I
that
can't.
stuff.
I'm like crying.
Yeah, so that's like the ghost experiences, ghost stories. I don't really think I have any other. I think that's about it.
Those were so good, though.
Yeah.
Those were so good.
Mhm.
I'm drunk as hell. On a scale of 1 to 10, if I was to look myself in the eyes in a mirror, I'd be like a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Do
gonna
you
tell
have any
mine.
ghost stories? Yeah, I know you got
No,
some.
mine aren't ghost stories. I have demon stories.
Yeah, I know you got some
Okay.
demons for sure. Huh? No. No, go ahead, baby. I've heard some of them.
Okay.
They're creepy.
So, y'all,
Let's hear your demon stories.
I got a demon story.
Mhm.
Okay. Here we go.
The floor is yours, my baby.
So, is my eyelash okay?
Mhm.
They're lifted in the corners.
No.
When I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't even know how old I was. I got my first job when I was 16, 17, but I got my first official serving job at the Cheesecake Factory
Mm-hmm.
when I was 18 because they wouldn't hire anybody as a server, especially if you were younger than 18.
Yeah.
And so I probably worked there from like 18 to 20. And I used to be really, really, really into the occult, like dark things.
Okay.
Anton LaVey, Aleister Crowley.
Mhm.
Like I used to be Marilyn Manson. And,
Yeah.
not like today's Marilyn Manson where he has to tailor it back because of like getting fined and stuff. I'm talking about back in the days Marilyn Manson where like, I don't think I was alive during this time, but like where he was like slashing his skin on stage as a
Yeah.
part of performance art, right?
Mhm.
I read his autobiography and that really took me down this hole of wanting to learn more about all of these things that made him him. And I'm the type of like domino effect person where it's like, oh, I heard about this thing from this other thing that I like, and this other thing that I like mentioned this other thing that I like.
You're following the string. Yeah.
Right. So I follow the string. Thank you. Or go into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And so I was so obsessed with Marilyn Manson that when I was in the 9th grade,
Yeah.
I did an eraser burn to my arm and I carved his name into my arm. It was just his initials. It was just MM. But remember eraser burns?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was like an eraser burn. And I wish
It's like the tattoo for like, little kids.
I wish I still had it, honestly. I used to wish that I maintained it year after year.
Mhm.
I have the line, but I don't have the 2 M's. It was just so fucking cool. Anyway, so I was obsessed with him, and he like mentioned things like Anton LaVey and all these people, and like there was this book called the Satanic Bible. I'm not even going to go into that with you guys. It's a whole thing. It's not really as dark as it sounds, but I was into that for a while when I was a kid. And so Anton LaVey had mentioned, I can't remember his name all of a sudden, H.P. Lovecraft, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so I went down this H.P. Lovecraft rabbit hole and I bought this book. I don't know why I bought it. I don't even remember where it was mentioned, but I bought this book, and up until recently, I have not said the book's name for about 10 years.
Don't say it.
No, I'm going to say it.
Don't say it.
Why should I not say it?
No, just don't.
You don't want me to bring that shit into our house?
No,
it's not
no,
going to
no,
be in
no.
our house.
The book is literally in our house.
Yes, the book is in our house.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, fine. I call it the Necro. I never say the full name. I call it the Necro. So you guys can look up the word Necro book and there it'll be. And so I bought this book and it was filled with like incantations and all of these things. And I got really into kind of like the darker side of quote unquote Hollywood, where they go to, God, I can't remember what it is. It's with that owl.
to the forest.
Yeah, to the forest where they do like those sketchy things and like
Alex Jones snuck into it.
It's called something and I can't remember what it is because I haven't.
Damn, what is that called?
Oh, I almost had it.
Something forest, right?
No, it's not a forest. It's something else. Anyway, just all these things like that and how that tied into H.P. Lovecraft. And I was just like really engulfed in this world. So I read this book called and I got about maybe between 20 and 40 pages in it. And it had a lot of incantations. And I grew up religious, right? Seventh-day Adventist, technically a Christian, and all these things. And I saw the incantations, but I would never read them because I'm like, okay, I see that that's there. I do believe in dark magic. I do believe in like devilish things. And I do believe in like an underworld.
So
they were actually like pentagrams and incantations and like symbols and all these things. To
and
summon
rituals,
things, like ritualistic.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, like ritualistic. And
something Grove.
Oh,
Sorry,
you're right. I want to say Holly Grove, but that's wrong.
No. Holly Grove.
Orange Grove?
No, it's
it is something Grove though.
Why can't I think of it? Sorry, it just popped in
Should
my
I
head.
Siri it or should we figure it out on our own?
Grove. Damn, what is it? Should we look it up? Do you have your phone right there?
Sure.
You have your phone?
Yeah.
Holly Grove.
That's where fucking Little Wayne is from. Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. Yeah. There it is, people.
And so like all of these things were tied into like Aleister Crowley and H.P. Lovecraft and Anton LaVey.
Those were like authors, right? That were into that darker.
Well, I don't know. I didn't do that much research on Aleister Crowley, but he was more like the god of dark magic. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I was really into that stuff. So I picked up this book and it was filled with incantations. And I got to page like in between 20 and 40. I don't remember. It was so long ago. And I would skip the incantations. I would look at them, but I wouldn't read them because I was like, if I read that, I will invite some dark shit probably. Yeah. And it wasn't even a definitive. It was just like, I don't want to, oh my God, I'm getting like burps because I'm drunk. It wasn't even a definitive that I would invite dark shit into my life. It was that I didn't even want to test it. Yeah. So I would skip past the incantations and just read the text on the other page, which was like what the book was about, whatever. I still have the book, have not opened it or touched it with my bare hands. So I remember like just being like really interested in it. And I had taken it to work with me one day at the Cheesecake Factory. And when I went to the Cheesecake Factory, I had set it in this little area because it was just like a really slow day. And one of my really amazing managers, his name was Art. He was tight. Like he was so cool. He and I had like this really great relationship. We were into very similar things. He put me on to Twin Peaks and all this other type of shit that I would have never seen if it wasn't for him. Okay. We had very similar personalities. And I remember him being like, yo, if I was younger, we would have hung out, like we were tight at work and he's my manager. Right. And so I had left the book in like this to-go packing station to go check on my table. And then I came back to the line and he held it up. He was like, whose fucking book is this? Yeah. And I was like, mine. Cause I was like proud of like being in the occult. He was like, my office now. Whoa. Right? Have I never told you this?
No.
He was like, my office now. Wow. And so I'm like, okay, I'm like so cool. I'm reading like an occult book. I'm getting pulled to the office because of it, And dark so like magic. Dark magic. And so I go into the office and he slams the book down on his tape on like the desk. And he's like, how long have you been reading this fucking book? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like 40 pages deep. He was like, stop reading this shit right now. This is not a damn joke. Yeah. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's fine. And he was like, sit down. And so he sat me down. I don't even know what happened to my tables in that time. Like, cause he wasn't like, go check on her tables. I was just in the back for 20 minutes. And he was like, let me tell you about this. When he was young, I guess he grew up a little bit like impoverished. And so he used to live in a trailer park. He was like, I picked this book up back in like the 90s or something like that. And I lived in a trailer park with my girlfriend, and I was reading it because I didn't believe that this shit was real.
Yeah.
And so when I was reading the book, I was flipping through it. I don't know how far he got into the book, whatever. And so he was like, when I was reading the book, there was this one night where I had set it down by my nightstand, and all of the sudden an earthquake hit our trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in our trailer was destroyed. Like the light fixtures came down, the lamps fell off of the side tables, things were opening, everything was shaking, and me and my girlfriend ran out of our trailer, right? And we were freaking out and we were screaming. We get outside and people are coming out of their trailers and they're like, and they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he says, what do you mean am I okay? We just experienced an earthquake. And everybody around him said that an earthquake did not happen.
Yeah.
He said that the only people that experienced this earthquake phenomenon was him and his girlfriend that lived in his trailer. Mm-hmm. And y'all, when y'all are not into the occult, you think that this is fake. This shit is real. Like you really think that this is fake, but it's real. And so like, he told me that and I was like, yeah, whatever, right? Yeah. I was like, that's a crazy story and I kind of believe it, but let's see what happens, right? So I kept reading it anyway. And there was this. Let me take a drink. Okay. So there was this, I didn't stop reading it after that.
Yeah.
He literally made me promise. He was like, promise me you won't touch this. Like, stop fucking with this book. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I promise, right? Mm-hmm. Brought it home, continued to like flip through it, whatever. And maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I was sleeping in my bed. And I lived on the second floor. I lived on the top floor. So in Atlanta, I lived in like, it was basement, middle level, which was the main level, and then the top level, which was my level. And I had this bed, right? And so my bed was positioned like this in the room. I don't really know how to explain it, but like basically there was my bed, there was the door here, space, my bed, and then like maybe 2 feet of space between my bed and the next wall. Okay. Like in my same room. And I had woken up, but I could not move. Mm-hmm. My body was completely paralyzed. And the scariest part is I don't sleep on my back ever. Yeah. And I was sleeping like this on my back. Yeah. Like hands down like this on my back, face up, right towards the ceiling. And I could move my eyes, but I couldn't move my body. Mm-hmm. And so I remember moving my eyes to the door. And you know how when the hallway light is on, but the bedroom light is off? And because the hallway light is on, you can see shadows.
Like the cracks of the door.
Yeah. Underneath the crack of the door. And so there was like this thing walking back and forth underneath the crack of the door. I could see it. And like I could see the shadow moving from here to here to here to here, like over and over repetitively, right? And I couldn't move. And I was like, I know that's not my mom. I was super freaked out. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, just like play it cool. Don't move, which was funny because I couldn't move anyway. And all of a sudden, like my door opened. It was like, right? And I feel the warmth of another presence in my room, and then the door shut behind it, right? And I couldn't really see it fully, even though it was in my room, but I could feel the weight of its footsteps, and it walked and walked and walked to the foot of my bed where my feet were, and it stared at me from there. It was huge. It was like 8.5, 9 feet tall.
Did you see its face?
No, thank God. Thank God I could not see its face, because like it was basically like have you ever I don't remember which Hayao Miyazaki movie it is, but it's the one with no face where he's like completely black and the face is white. Have you seen that? You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it was like that, but it was like 8.5, 9 feet tall. Huge, very like not totally slender, but like slim figured thing. And all I could see was like the whites of its eyes, right? Yeah. And it just stood there. and I could not move, but I could see it and I could see that it was seeing me, right? And then it moved from the foot of my bed, so by where my feet were, and then it moved around to that 2-foot space in between my bed and the wall, and I was still like this, like looking at it from the corner of my eye, and it stood over me for what felt like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it came down onto my face and it went, really? And it breathed on my face, and it was like hot, but it was cold. And for some reason at that moment, I was released from like this hold on my body, right? I was like released from whatever confines my body was trapped in. Yeah. And as soon as it breathed on me, because it literally went right on my face. And from there, I could finally experience my body, because it's called an astral projection, right?
Yeah. Was it like a sleep paralysis?
It's like sleep paralysis, which is kind of like astral projection. Because like when you have sleep paralysis, you can feel that your body's paralyzed, but you can also, not everybody has this, but you can also see your body from another vantage point, or feel that you're seeing your body from another vantage point. So it breathed on me and I immediately like shot up in a 90-degree angle. So like going from here to here, like this. And I ran down the stairs. There's 32 steps from the top floor to the bottom, to the, to the middle floor. And I ran all the way down and I was like, Mom! I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. I was like, there's something in my room. There's something in my room. There's someone in my room. Yeah. Right. And she like, that freaked her out. So she's like jumping up, and then she goes up the stairs to investigate, and I am dragging her by her arm. And I'm like, no, don't go in there. No, don't go in there. Please don't go in there. She goes in there. She turns on the light. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I was like, Mom, I swear. There was something in my room. There was like somebody in my room. And she was like, no, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. I slept with my mom for 6 months after that.
Holy shit.
I could not sleep in my room. I couldn't go in my room after dark after that. And like, that was the last time I ever picked up that book. And on top of that, for months afterwards, for like 3 months, if I walked upstairs during the nighttime, my mom had all these faux plants kind of like this, but they were thicker like banana leaves. I could feel demons looking at me. I could feel them there. It was insane. Like I don't know if you've ever felt eyes that are not present on you, but there's like a certain heat that you feel.
Just a feeling.
Yeah, there's like, it's a feeling.
How
but
old
it's
were
also
you
like
when this
a heat.
happened? Like 18, you said?
Yeah, like 18. Like 18. And so, I had to be 18 because I was working.
What do you think like broke the... Because I mean, it stopped at a certain point, right?
Because I didn't touch the book, and I decided not to dive any further into that. Because I guarantee you, if I was like, let me keep reading the book, I would have fallen deeper into whatever that was. Because like now I don't feel it, you know, even when I'm at my dad's house. His house is kind of creepy, so I kind of feel like there's something looking at me because it's so creepy. There's so many windows. But when I lived in Atlanta, after that experience, I actually felt like there were spirits, like dark spirits, waiting for me to acknowledge them and waiting for me to invite them into my mental psyche. Because I would like go upstairs and I would feel the heat of like these otherworldly beings staring at me. And I would never look in that direction because I just knew that like if I look, then that acknowledges that what I'm feeling is real, and they will know that what I'm feeling is real, even though they already know, right? But as soon as I like go to make eye contact, it was just kind of like a, you know, but it was never a stare like this. I would never do that. I would just beeline right upstairs, and it took me months to be able to sleep in my own bed again. It was insane. And like, it's just, if you've never felt a dark presence, like not just ghosts, but something with very dark intentions, it's very hard to convince people that shit is real. And I 100% believe that it's real. Like this horror story that I'm writing, this like, you know, black horror film that I'm writing, I'm actually very terrified to get into it because it does have a lot of things that are demonic. And I think that I'm already predisposed to that darkness because of the gate that I opened up. Because I do feel like once you open that gate, it's not permanent. It might be cracked, but I don't think that it's like permanently
Well, I
closed.
feel, yeah, if you get like consumed by that type of stuff, you are opening that up to your life, you know.
That story is true.
Whew. Okay, that was pretty real. That was pretty deep. That was a good spooky one for you guys. I'm drunk.
Yay!
That was a good
Yay!
spooky story for you guys. I say we end on that note. It's been a good spooky October Halloween spectacular of the Hang Out Forever podcast. I don't think we talked about relationships once.
No.
Which was good. We talked about cheating. That was it.
You think you know somebody.
You think you know somebody.
You think you know somebody.
Mm-hmm. You think you know. But no, that was good though. I think that was good. I think it was a little bit more lighthearted for the
Until
most
it got
part.
to the end.
Yeah, for the most part. But then we got real spooky with it.
Then we got dark.
Ooh.
Mama like dark.
So yeah, but okay, cool. Well, I say we ended on that note.
I say we ended on that note. Y'all do not try to go buy that book.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Don't
but
even say the full name.
I'm not going to say the full name. I said Necrom.
Yeah.
Y'all can look it up from there.
Uh-huh.
But if you do look it up, go on Amazon. There are some insane reviews of that book.
Oh my gosh, I bet
They're
is.
insane because I was like, damn, how like when I'm writing this story, because it is about like demonic possession, how deep do I want to go?
I don't think you should go too deep.
I think if I go too deep, I won't come back out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll come back out.
Don't go too deep.
That's me being for real. I really don't think. So I was like, damn, how do I write the story that I want to write without like putting myself in the line of fire of the darkness that I already escaped, you know? But if you go to Amazon.com, because I was like, besides me and my awesome manager, let's see who else has had this experience. There were like two other reviews, and this one guy said that like he was like a kid, like 17, 18, like whatever, and he wanted to show the book to his friends, and he started reading it and he read the incantations, and that like all of these crazy things started happening to him in the bathroom. And he was like, it felt like a 20-minute episode, but by the time somebody came and like knocked on the door or something like that, it had only been 2 minutes. And he was like the wind, the mirrors were falling off the wall and all this crazy shit was happening, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
So
nope.
Me and a random person I don't know did not have similar experiences for no reason, y'all. Stay out of the occult.
Yeah.
Stay out of the, unless you want to believe it's real, test it. But don't get too deep. Stay out the occult.
Yes.
That shit for real.
Probably just stay out of that. So let's stay out of that.
You don't want to read that book with me, babe?
No.
You want to read Bedtime Story?
Nope. But yep, there it is. The Halloween spectacular of Hanging Out Forever. We want to try to be more lighthearted and, you know, talk about things where we can kind of joke around, and, you know, we still will get serious because, you know, life is serious, relationships are serious, but we don't want to be too polarizing with it. So it is what it is. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Hanging Out Forever. Go follow us, Hanging Out Forever, all platforms.
Yeah.
You know what's good. And yeah, there it is.
Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. And we're dropping this on Halloween. Yep. So if you don't have no Halloween plans, go ahead and sit down with us and listen to some spooky shit while we drunk as hell. I'm drunk. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I was a 6 when we started. And now I'm about an 8.
There it is. All right, guys. Peace.
Bye, y'all. Be safe.